Hey, how are you? I wanted to have a little talk today about, there's a YouTube channel out there that right now is my #1 go-to channel. It's Naughty Beaver, and he's got a series he's doing right now on Nostradamus prophecies. And, he's got that in line with a lot of different things, but, if you're a truther out there, this is the guy, the kind of person, humble, he's not trying to sell you anything, not trying to tell you believe his way or follow him, not trying to do things to get subscribers. He's just out there with a desire to tell what's in his heart and what he sees. And this is what the community should be. And I think it's getting there. I think there's others things are changing in that direction. The truth is that we need to be eyes wide open. There's a lot of things going on in the stars and the sky, and we need to be reading and listening to all of it. I made a video a couple weeks ago about YouTube being a gift. It is, because it's information, and it's information for us to use, but we need to use it wisely because there's a lot of false information out there. You have to continually revisit. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by a renewing of the heart and the mind. We have to continue to put these things to the test. Things of the nature of all of a sudden we just have this, North Korea is just going to get rid of its nuclear weapons. Well, look, it's not for me to tell you what the truth is. Does that make sense? Does that fit up? Does that add up? If things don't add up, it doesn't mean you have the answers, but you just know in your heart, hey, something doesn't seem right there. And you're able to then, as time goes on, factor that in. And I think that's what we need to do. Instead of looking and only wanting to not be challenged by what we hear, listen to the uncomfortable things. Hear it. That's what we need to do. Tell me the truth no matter the cost. Be willing, be open. There's a lot of things that you run across that you may say, hey, I don't believe that, but there's elements of truth. And we need to continue to be willing to pull those elements off because we need those elements. There are elements in everything that we go. What really changed me was the idea of the Mandela effect and time travel and what that meant. And if time travel was possible, then it changes my idea of what reality is. Because the physical realm then isn't the same as what I thought it was. And I think that's the importance of all this. It's not about judgment of others. It's about you. It's about what you can gain from it. And that's why I encourage you, Naughty Beaver right now, he is in alignment, he's humble, he's in that point where you can learn a lot from him. And there's others out there too, Global Witness, and there's other great channels out there. But instead of tearing them apart, go out there, whatever is in your heart to learn about and find out about, go in with an open mind, consider it. Because you have something important to bring to the table as well. Your experiences, your thoughts, your ideas. But if you're closed off, it's not going to grow. You've got to be willing. And that's why YouTube is a gift, because there are things out there. That changed it for me. When I heard two Bank of America executives say, hey, it's more probable or not that we live in a simulated reality, that changed my perception once again. It's not that I have to fully believe it, but if I open myself up to this idea, what if this is possible? And then start to calculate, okay, let's say that it is the truth. And you know what? I went back to my Bible and I went through, and I mean beginning to end, not just the New Testament, the whole thing. Look, the Bible's in 3 parts. It's what was, what is, and what is yet to come. And that's not the different books. That's each scripture. So you have to view it that way. There's messages. Don't just look at it like a history text. Yes, it's part that. It's part telling you a story, but it's also telling you more. It's giving you something for today, and it's giving you something for the time to come. And we have to continue to review it that way. So when I hear these things, I went back to my Bible and I looked and started reading, and things spoke to me that it didn't create. I was afraid that it was going to create this situation where my faith was now going to be at a point where maybe it wouldn't be anymore. And I said, Lord, protect me. I don't know what I'm going off into and what I'm seeing and what I'm studying. I don't know where it's going to take me. You start studying the Hopi prophecies. You start studying these things, the Anunnaki and Nibiru, and you don't know where it's going to go. But there's really just one truth. And the one truth is that there's things that we don't understand, and there's an element beyond understanding. But that's okay. We need to factor what we do know and understand that we don't know. Therefore, that vastness of unknown, I mean, the DNA model, we only know 10%. There's 90% we don't know. Realize if you apply that to everything, and that 90-10 rule is in a lot of things. And we've probably learned 90% of the 10% that we know in the last several years. So think about all that we don't know. And yes, read the text and think, is impending doom? Maybe so. But there's something more. There's more realities, and that's why I wanted to come and to tell you to go find a guy like Naughty Beaver, because he's not going to sell you a line. He's just going to tell you some things, and you can consider it for yourself. And he wants you to consider it for yourself. Look, there's a lot of great work out there. Let's be lined up with love. Let's line up with goodness. Let's not line up with tearing up. Let's not line up with I mean, look, even in the end, even the believers will be deceived. I believe there's a block, okay? There's a spiritual realm that we don't understand. And that spiritual realm is where some of our misgivings are about what's going to happen. Some of the things that are prophesied may be spiritual, may not be physical. We can't really tell. But all we know is that we have to be diligent, we have to be humble, we have to ground ourselves in love. And if we do so, and if we stay open to the truth, and we believe, we can find a way out, because we are eternal beings, and this isn't the end. And that's the truth. Have a great day. God bless you.